Most of you are probably already familiar with Apple Park, Apple's iconic new campus that opened back in 2017 and has hosted pretty much every Apple event since then. Despite this, however, the campus is not open to the public, which makes us even more curious about its structure. Luckily, we can now get a better look at Apple Park thanks to an internal app the company made for employees called Tour Apple Park. Apple opened up its brand new Apple Park campus in Cupertino, California for the first time for a press conference. The circle-shaped headquarters was a passion project for Steve Jobs, who wanted a futuristic location where employees could create the next generation of technology surrounded by nature. Building this campus was one of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs' dying wishes, and ailing Jobs went before the Cupertino City Council just months before his death to pitch the project personally. They approved it unanimously 2 years later. That circular building is immense, measuring 1 mile in circumference. Buses and bikes are provided for employees to get from one end of the campus to another. Under the building is a network of roads and parking spaces. The campus also features 7 cafes and a 100,000 square foot fitness center. The Steve Jobs Theater seats over 1,000 people. There are also 2 large buildings for the research and development facilities, as well as a care clinic for employees. There's a visitor center for people to check out, but the majority of the campus is closed to the public, so you'll have to check out the video to learn more or get hired at Apple. The cost of the building reached such astronomical levels in part because of the circular design. Jobs explained, "It's a circle, so it's curved all the way around. This isn't the cheapest way to build something. Every pane of glass in the main building will be curved. We have a shot at building the best office building in the world. I really do think that architecture students will come here to see it." The logistics of creating a man-made landscape are challenging. Apple Park required more than 8,000 new trees, some fully grown, and many more shrubs, which nurseries had to grow well in advance. The emphasis was on native plants, but anticipating a changing climate, the Olin team included non-native species that would better survive warmer summers, colder winters, and more serious storms. A 2.5-mile pipeline was built to enable irrigation with reclaimed water from a Santa Clara Valley treatment plant. In line with Jobs' vision, hundreds of fruit trees were planted, not only apple orchards, but also apricot, pear, plum, and cherry trees. The harvested fruit will be served in Apple's cafeteria. One of the most distinct aspects of Apple's new headquarters is that it will house 12,000 employees in one structure. Fitting that many people in one building is a logistical hurdle that Apple believes will encourage collaboration between workers and between departments. Jonathan Ive, Apple's chief design officer, tells Wired that the greatest achievement of the campus is that it's a building where so many people can connect and collaborate and walk and talk. Apple's futuristic spaceship campus in Cupertino has been valued at over $4 billion according to the Santa Clara County assessor. This valuation comes as Apple has pushed back against property valuations in the past in an effort to avoid property tax. Built in Cupertino, California, the Apple Park is built on 176 acres and took 8 years to go through the planning, proposal, permit application, and construction processes. In 2017, the 12,000 Apple employees began working from the spaceship, filling in the 4-story, 2,800,000 square foot building. While the building is immense, it's also eco-friendly. The landscape architect Laurie Olin has spent 7 years working on what has become known as Apple Park today. The landscape didn't get much attention in the early press coverage, partly because the planting was incomplete, partly because the reporting was based on drone views taken from 100 feet up in the air, and partly because the architecture critics were not that interested in what Alexander Lang and Kurt called the landscaped ring of trees around the architecture that buffered it from the traffic on the multi-lane roads all around it. But according to Olin, the landscape was one of the things that were uppermost in Steve Jobs' mind. Apple's nature-forward approach to the campus's design may sound like good PR, but science supports it. Studies suggest that spending time outside can improve cognition and creative thinking. Fittingly, Apple Park includes 6,000 trees and 5.9 million square feet of landscaping. A green courtyard in the middle of the facility will allow employees to walk through nature as they cut across campus. In a press release, Apple CEO Tim Cook said, "The workspaces and parklands are designed to inspire our team as well as benefit the environment. We achieved one of the most energy-efficient buildings in the world, and the campus will run entirely on renewable energy." Cook explained that Apple's late founder Steve Jobs had been inspired by the Californian environment and that the company hopes that this eco-friendly setting will help spur the company's next generation of breakthroughs. Steve was exhilarated and inspired by the California landscape, by its light and its expansiveness, he said. It was his favorite setting for thought. Apple Park captures his spirit uncannily well. Steve Jobs required that the campus be more like a nature refuge than an office park, so some 80% of Apple Park is green space that has been planted with drought-resistant trees and indigenous plants. Large orchards dot the property and supply fruit for the cafeterias. The roof is covered in solar panels, which provide approximately 75% of the campus's power needs. The building is also designed to resist earthquakes. Apple Park has been built to reflect Apple's views both for technology and the environment, said CEO Tim Cook. Cook also said that the campus is powered by 100% renewable energy and has one of the largest on-site solar panel systems. The theater has comfortable brown leather seats with power ports hidden underneath. After Tuesday's presentation, the center of the building opened up to reveal a demo area where people could try out the new devices. Most of the campus, including green areas, will be closed off to the public, though there is an Apple store and cafe near the entrance that anyone can visit. The store will sell the usual Apple products and accessories, along with custom shirts bearing the circular logo of Apple Park's main building for $40. The glass dome is merely the foyer for the auditorium, which sits below the ground. To get there, you take 2 curved glass elevators that rotate as they descend, or one of a pair of curved staircases that step down to the reception area and demo room for Apple's new products. A small sign hangs above the entrance to the auditorium, carved into the bare white stone. It simply reads, "Steve Jobs Theater." Inside the theater, the feeling is one of simple, elegant lines and designs. White, black, gray, and brown. No jarring colors, curved edges, smooth surfaces. Serene is the word that comes to mind. Comfortable brown leather seats, each with a power outlet built into the side, presumably so you never have to stop using your favorite Apple device. The front few rows, which were used to seat VIPs like Disney's Bob Iger and director J.J. Abrams on Tuesday, are basically couches made of the same brown leather that curves slightly around the main stage. Outside the theater again, standing in the courtyard, the nearly finished spaceship is visible in the backyard. The building looks massive and otherworldly even at this distance. While the building structure does have its benefits, it also has drawbacks. Luis Mozingo, professor and chair of the Department of Landscape Architecture and Environmental Planning at UC Berkeley, tells Reuters that the ring structure will make the new campus difficult to navigate and inefficient. It's not about maximizing the productivity of the office space, it's about creating a symbolic center for this global company, she says. They're creating an icon. And creating this kind of architectural jewel was staggeringly expensive. It cost Apple around $160 million to buy the land and $4 billion to construct the buildings. Each of the 1,000 seats in the Steve Jobs Theater reportedly cost around $14,000. Apple Park has been inspiring and interesting in a wide variety of ways. From the architecture, sustainability, and cost, down to fine details like speaker design and the chairs that were chosen for the campus, it's one of the most fascinating company headquarters in the world today. So what's your opinion about Apple Park? do let us know in the comment section down below. And that's all we have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button to show us your support. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And do remember to hit that bell icon for more updates and notifications from our channel in the future. Stay safe, and we'll be back with another video soon.